information. Mike always does a great job breaking it down, but it is available on hsn.com to check out. All right, we're moving into our 2016 Native American $1 coin and $1 series 2013 note set. Now this is so affordable at $29.95. And this is an interesting story about the code talkers, right, Mike?
Yes, it was spectacular. This is what they called the American coin and currency set. It was the special code talkers, as you can see. That they do the Native American dollar is done every single solitary year with a different design. Well, in 2016, it was code talkers. Now, for this, and only for this set, it was done in enhanced uncirculated condition. It was done in enhanced uncirculated condition that you're going to have with this, that you're going to have with the 2016. Now, they did a special series note. Look at the serial number on that. The serial number on the set, because this was a limited edition set, is denoted by the serial number on the dollar bill that they done. So you understand low serial number denomination notes by the United States government. That's a series 1913, even though, or 2013. 8,025. That's an extraordinarily low serial number note. You never find those anywhere. No. Okay. So this is a special note with the enhanced uncirculated. This is sold out forever ago from the United States Mint. I've got a very few of these left. I've got a very few of these left from 2016, the Native American dollar. The coin and currency set is what it's called. It's a special. The Native American dollar only appeared in the coin and currency set, as did that special low numbers Federal Reserve note. I've got them at only $29.95, only $29.95. I got a couple hundred. We're just going to give you about a minute or two. Those should go in about.
What's a code talker?
A code talker. Oh, in World War II, one of the most important things in war is for you to be able to communicate without the enemy understanding. So countries and armies spend millions and billions to try to make a code that is unbreakable. The United States government had a built-in code. Navajo language is not built on any other language in the existence of humankind. It is impossible, if you are not a native Navajo speaker, to decode or decipher the language in any way, shape, or form. You cannot figure it out. So they just had Navajo Indians serve during the war, and they would just talk to each other. Nobody could understand it other than them.
Native American.
So we needed no code. So they just put a Navajo, Native American Navajo, with each unit, and they would just talk on the radio, and the Germans, nobody could figure it out. We didn't need a code, didn't need anything else. The Germans, of course, we had people that spoke German, you have people that speak all these other languages. Navajo is completely and utterly unique in the fact that it is based on no other language and no other communication of any kind.
Is that not the most fascinating thing?
There's a movie, The Code Talkers.
Look at that.
They did a big movie on it.
So 633-998 is your item number, $29.95. We are moving right along. That's the first time back since August. So